Alright, we're almost done with the boring stuff. Let's come over here, give ourselves an H3. We already had the medians, so quartiles. H3, that should be an H2, sorry. We're going to say data. And for here, we're going to use like 10.75, bear with me. 2.75. 99.75. 15.75. 6.25. 4.35. 8.47. 7.68. 3.15. And 9.75. Okay. And I think I did choose those numbers for a reason, but who knows? We'll have a button with an ID to, we'll just say BTN stats. And we'll have a div with an ID of stats. We'll go back to our JavaScript. And up here, const btn stats document by ID btn stats, I believe is what we called it. Add click. Okay. And we're going to say const data equals we'll copy all this data down here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is document element by ID stats dot enter HTML equals backtick. We'll have a div. We're going to say array size. We're going to have another div with the first quartile. We're going to have another div with the second quartile. Another div with the third quartile. We're going to have a div with the median. We're going to have a div with the max. A div with the min. A div with the range. A div with the IQR, the interquartile range, and a div with outliers. All right, let us wire these up. So the size is going to simply be data.length. Pretty straightforward, right? So we have 10 numeric values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Now we need a quantile function. And what this is going to do, let me see if I can draw this out in the console. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we take these two numbers, add them up, divide them, and that's our median. So let's go ahead and plug this in right here. Yep. So 8.075. Okay, that number may sound familiar. If not, you will see that it's probably right here. Because this is the data that we have. It's in a different order, but it's the same data. So for our quartile, or quantile, or however you want to call this thing, I'm going to call it quantile for now. We'll say const. Takes in some data. So what we do is we split this by these two medians right here. So let's say, yeah, I can do this, yeah. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, first they need to be sorted. So we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we pick the middle of that. So our first quantile should be 4.35. Oh, it's 5. Okay, well, let's go look and see that in just a minute. I think I'm wrong about that. Okay, our quantile. First, we're going to get it sorted, right? Ascending. Data. Copy it. And we'll console.log. Sorted. I think we were looking at the wrong sorted over here. Let's comment this out. Save that, and then calculate our sorted. Oh yeah, we don't have quantile in there yet. Okay, we'll look at that here in just a second. Or actually, let's just... And we want the 0.25, so we really need our percent to come in there for our quantile. Let me back this out. I need an E up there, don't I? Okay, now sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.35. 5 is there. Okay, I've still got that wrong, but we're going to let a position equals sorted dot length minus 1 times the percent. And if POS modulus 1 is equal to 0, we're going to return the sorted at the position. And the position is going to equal percent is greater than 0.5. And we get the ceiling of the position. Otherwise, we get the floor of the position. And if sorted POS plus 1 is not equal to undefined, and sorted.length minus 1 modulus 2, so if it's an even number of fields, we return sorted POS plus sorted POS plus 1, and we divide that by 2. Otherwise, we return sorted POS. So we're going to calculate that out. Our first quartile is 4.35. Theirs is saying 5. Let's go look at the other one. I have a hard time getting all these things to come up. There we go. 4.53. Well, that's even more interesting. Let me make sure of one thing real quick. We take this data. Let's make sure it does match. Ah, there we go. Yes. All right, so 4.35. 4.35. Median is 8.075. Median, and that is actually your second quartile is going to be your median. So what we did is we split these numbers in two and found our median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we added these. We have 1, 2, 3. There's your middle point. 1, 2, 3. So 4.35. Our overall middle is 8.7075 because it's the difference between the two of those. So if we come back up here and say the second quartile is going to be median data, and we calculate that back. Second quartile is 8.075. All right, our third quartile .75. Just calculate that up. Oh, quantile. I told you I'm going to mess those words up probably a lot. I think it is quartile, because it's like you get the first quarter. So 10.75. 10.75. Awesome. Now we need the max and the min. We know how to do that. Let's say max data, the minimum, calculate that. Max, minimum, we know those are correct. Minimum, maximum, the range. I think we had range down here, didn't we? No, we didn't do a range. We never did. All right, let's just add a range right here. Const range takes in some data. And we take the max of the data minus the min of the data. We'll plug the range in here. $97. 97. All right. So in the next video, we'll come back and finish up the last little piece. That's our IQR and our outliers. And yeah, we'll be back here in just a minute.